Hey everyone, so today I have a dupe for you, and I'm also going to talk about some other products and incorporate that into this video. I have been wearing MAC Kid in the crease lately and just am blown away at how much I like this as a crease color. Now, unfortunately, it was discontinued about a year or two ago, but I found a perfect dupe for it. It's not expensive, it's easy to find, so let's get right into it. So first of all, let me just show you, on my eyes today, I have MAC Jest on the lids, which is this gorgeous peachy, shimmery peachy color. And then I just have Kid in the crease. And Kid just looks so good with anything peachy like that. I would imagine that it would look good with probably a lot of colors. I've just started using it in the crease as of yesterday, and I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to try it with something else today. So here's what Kid looks like, and this was a Velux finish. MAC also discontinued Samoa Silk, which was also Velux, and not to be confused with Velux Pearl. That's a whole different finish, which, you know, Velux Pearl is, MAC has tons of those and it's very popular. But this was just straight up Velux. And the texture on this is really, it's strange. It's soft and smooth, and so that's what this looks like when it's swatched. And I'm also gonna swatch that on my arm just so you can see what it looks like when it's really applied to skin. But if I had to guess why MAC discontinued Kid and Samoa Silk, which I don't have that, so I can't show that to you, but I would say they just didn't want to make that particular finish of eyeshadow anymore, because those were the last two that were left. They never really did a lot of those in the first place, but so I think they just wanted to do away with that finish, which is too bad because it's a nice like matte finish. I think it actually looks nicer on the eye than their straight up matte shadows do. Anyway, on to the dupe. The dupe is Maybelline Earthly Taupe. Now, the thing is, when you look at it in the pan next to the Kid, you can tell that they're kind of similar, but the way that it really shows up is when you swatch them. So it doesn't look like it would be an exact dupe. But I opened my Maybelline drawer, well, my drawer that has Maybelline shadows in it today. I was, you know, looking for something. And I looked at this and I was like, wait a minute. And I never would have discovered this had I not just used Kid yesterday. But I immediately, when I saw it, I dragged out my Kid and I was like, well, they're close, but not exact. But then I swatched it. When it's swatched, it's exact. Now, the thing is, the Earthly Taupe by Maybelline is not quite as pigmented as MAC's Kid is, so you're going to have to use a little more to get that same color, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so see, when I swatch that, it's lighter, but if I do a second swipe, I don't think I swiped it in the same place. I really wanted to do a live demonstration, but okay, that shows it. But anyways, if you just add a little bit more, my swatching demonstration didn't go so well, but yeah, if you just add a little bit more, then you'll end up with the same shade. But yeah, this is the original Maybelline Earthly Taupe. Now, I know Maybelline has just reformulated all their shadows, but from what I can tell, they haven't changed any of the colors. The formula might be even better now. I don't know, because all I have is the original one. So it might even be a better formula powder now, so maybe you wouldn't need to keep going over it to get the same color. But these are so inexpensive, and you can pretty much get them everywhere, especially this color, because I know, like with the Maybelline shadows, that not every store has every color, but this one I think you probably could find just about anywhere, and it's so inexpensive. So if you were collecting MAC eyeshadows and you intended to get Kid at some point, but it got discontinued before you could, now at least you can get something that is pretty much the same color. Or if, you know, you always liked Kid but you didn't want to spend $10, $15 for an eyeshadow, for one single eyeshadow, you can get the same look with this. But it's such a pretty crease color, and it's also a great blending out color if you just want to blend out some harsh edges or make something that you put on maybe that was too dark a little bit lighter. And it's just a nice soft crease color. So that is that. And then I also wanted to talk about some products that I'm wearing today that are discontinued. And the reason why I bring this up is if you look at the products that I list in the description box, a lot of times you will see the word discontinued in parentheses, because I mean, I have these things in my collection, so I don't want to not use them just because they're discontinued, but you will see that quite a bit from me, because I really do like to use everything that I have, and I rotate things to a certain extent, but some things, if I really like them, I'll just keep using them over and over again. For example, Maybelline's Mineral Power Concealer. This is such an awesome product. I can't believe it got discontinued. I guess it wasn't as popular as they would have liked it to have been, but I use this underneath my eyes along with some other products pretty much every day. And one day I just decided to try using it as an eyeshadow base, and I only have to use one drop of this. I just put one drop on my eyelid and then blend it out. And that's all I use as an eyeshadow base, is just one drop on each eye, blend it out, and then put my eyeshadows on top of it. And as you can see, the shadows just go on so nice over this. And I don't have any issues with oily eyelids or anything, so I don't get creasing or anything like that, because I actually have a dryness in my eye area, so I can get away with using concealer as an eyeshadow base. But I found this in the clearance section at a store one day, and I wasn't sure about the color because it's ivory, so it's pretty warm tone, but it looks so nice with warm tone eyeshadows like the MAC Kid and the Jest that I have on. So you'll see this in my description box every day if you look at the products that I'm wearing. And then I used a discontinued eyeliner today. The reason why I'm bringing this up, by the way, about all these discontinued products is I'm showing you things that are great, that if you happen to see them in a clearance section at a store, or if you see them at a place like Big Lots or Ocean State Job Lot, or any store that carries discontinued items that they buy like in bulk and then sell them at a discount, I'm going to show you a few things that if you see them, grab them, because they're things that I love. This is an eyeliner by Revlon called Revlon Luxurious Color Matte Kohl Eyeliner. And I found this in the clearance section of a store one day, and then I loved it so much I went back, and I think I got it in another color. But that's what I have on for eyeliner today. And the thing with the Kohl liners is they're so great for going on smoothly and pigmented, and you don't have to keep going over it and over it. It will just give you a nice dark pigmented line, and I also love these for the tight line, so I have this on my tight line and my waterline today, and it's just a nice rich brown. It's called Rich Mink is the color. And what else do I have on for discontinued products today? My blush today is Milani Minerals blush in Luminoso. And God, this was so hugely popular for Milani for the longest time. And I think that they must have decided at some point they were just going to do away with this whole line, and that's when they came out with the baked blushes. And of course, Luminous is somewhat similar, but not really. I mean, it just looks like a typical coral blush, but when you swatch it, it's actually like this golden peachy glow. Kind of like a highlight almost. But I love it for a blush. I just think it gives such a nice like hint of color. But you could definitely use this for a highlight. I'm just going to take what I just swatched and just go across the top of my cheekbones there. So it's very subtle, not, doesn't look like what it looks like in the pan when you swatch it and wear it, but I love it, love it. Okay, what I set my makeup with today for a powder is Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. Remember this? This was hugely popular for Maybelline. I was so shocked when they discontinued this. This is not my first one of this. I actually had another one before this, and I used every drop of it. And when I heard that they were discontinuing it, I ran out right away and bought this so that I would have it. But then I discovered the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder just before that, so then I was all hooked on that and started using that all the time. But I pulled this out today to use to try to remember what it was like in comparison to all the other powders that I have, because I just showed you in a video recently the Maybelline Dream Wonder Powder, the L'Oreal True Match Powder, the MAC Studio Fix powder. So I have essence powders. I have a lot of powders, but they don't really go bad, so I don't mind stocking up on something like this because it's really fun to have a wide variety of powders to go with different foundations, because some foundations work better with powders that are a certain formula or a certain texture. But this is the Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. It was a great powder. I have no idea why they discontinued it, because it was really popular for them, and that's what I used today to set my foundation. And I used the, this is in the color Sand, by the way. It's the medium one, and I think this was the only one that I could get. Yeah, you can't see that. Why am I swatching a powder? I think this was the only one I could get because a lot of the other ones were gone because other people had heard, I guess, it was being discontinued too. But this was a while ago. This was, I actually, 6 to 8 months ago, I'm going to say. I think this was discontinued whenever the Dream Wonder powder came out. But the funny thing is, this is nothing like the Dream Wonder powder. The Dream Wonder powder is so heavy and so intense of a powder. And I feel like people are kind of getting away from that now, that they're going more towards the lighter powders that give you the coverage you want, but not the heaviness. But those heavy powders like the new Maybelline Dream Wonder are great to use with tinted moisturizers, BB creams, that sort of thing. So I think that's it for what I have on for my discontinued products today. But gone but not forgotten. So if you see any of those things at a store that carries discontinued items, I would grab them. But especially if you ever see Kid at a CCO, I would definitely grab it because it's a really nice eyeshadow. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it's just such a beautiful crease color, and it seems to like take on its own dimension and do things, because if you look in the outer corner area what it looks like versus what it looks like in the middle and in the inner corner, it seems to do magical things. But if you can't find it, try the Maybelline Earthly Taupe, because it's pretty much the same color. And that is it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.